is Tales, Trails, and Travels. The adventures are real, the news is questionable, and the dog runs the newsroom.
Breaking news. Piper has once again stolen another dog's toy and is refusing to negotiate.
She's not kidding. We're on hour 4 with no signs of surrender. From headlines to shorelines. Whether it squeaks, floats, or bounces, we all know all toys are Piper toys.
And speaking of bouncing, we've been bouncing all over Galveston this week. Just a quick catch up on our last couple days here in southeastern Texas. We have been on the go trying to absorb as much of this culture and beach life as we can before we take off in just a few days. So we have done 2 trips to Houston in the past week. I actually did another one, but I'll tell you about that in a second. The first one, we took Piper with us and we went to the George Bush Park. And in it, the Millie Bush Dog Park, so that Piper could hang out with other dogs. And there's a lake over there for dogs. So Piper is gonna go swimming. Let's go check it out. Look at her. The second trip to Houston wasn't quite as dog friendly, so we took her to Camp Bow Wow. Shout out to the one in Lawrenceville that got us started on the great Camp Bow Wow tradition. She loves to play with dogs and they love her. So we took her to Camp Bow Wow in Kemah, Texas, which is a suburb of Houston. We went to a barbecue, an authentic Texas barbecue place, which was delicious for lunch. And then we went to the Sam Houston Park. It's kind of like maybe Centennial Olympic Park. It's smack in the center of Houston.
And it's so bizarre that you have all of these old houses right next to a skyscraper. Like, there's no zoning laws, so it's very bizarre.
Yeah, it was neat. We saw there's a little museum there that we took a look at, and there's maybe 7 or 8 houses from 200-ish or so at least years ago that they actually physically picked up and moved to the Sam Houston Park so that the houses would be safe from being like torn down, because again, there are no zoning laws in Houston. They can tear anything down that they want to. So that was the second trip. The third trip was just a couple days ago, and I saw one of my favorite students ever. She graduated in 2017, and she happened to be in Houston, Texas, visiting a friend of hers from college. So the two of us went to lunch and just talked about everything that's been going on for the past couple of years. Oh, she was also a bridesmaid in my wedding, so shout out to Elisa. So Houston's about 30-40 minutes up the road. So back on Galveston, we have done a couple things. We went to the Bryan Museum first. It's a beautiful old building. There's lots of beautiful old buildings here. But it's a beautiful old building that became the Galveston Orphanage. And now it is a Texas History Museum. And Texans are very proud of their history. There's a lot of history in Texas. So we kind of went all through the Texas History Museum at the Bryan House. We also went to the Railroad Museum, which is right in, I guess you'd call it downtown Galveston.
On the end, like on the west end of downtown.
It's called the Strand, which is German for beach. And it's right by the port. So there's always a Carnival cruise ship or a Royal Caribbean cruise ship that's loading or unloading here. So it's down there in that area. So we went to the Railroad Museum there. And then right there in that Strand area are all sorts of beautiful old buildings that are just kind of the downtown shopping district. So we walked around and streetcars. And there was a streetcar too. That was pretty neat. We went just yesterday, we went to a place called Katie's Seafood. It actually just started out as a seafood shop. They catch all their own fish in the Gulf. And then maybe about 20 years ago, they opened Katie's Seafood. And Scott said it was some
of the best shrimp I've ever had. It was really good.
I don't eat really seafood, but I had a really good chicken Cobb salad. So, and then we went to the Moody Mansion, another big mansion owned by very philanthropic, generous, rich people here in on Galveston. Yesterday, after we went to Katie's for seafood, we went to the Naval Museum.
Naval Museum. Very neat. It's the Seawolf Park, so we got to go inside of a real submarine from World War II. But that is a tight fit. It is a really kind of a claustrophobic,
But Scott was in the Navy, so he knows what he's talking about. But there was air conditioning. They had air conditioning running in. So
Yeah, they're helping us out.
It felt really good.
They helped us out with putting some air conditioning vents in it.
My mom came to visit. She lives in Central Florida, so she flew into Houston Hobby Airport. We spent a day on the beach. We went down to Pleasure Pier, actually, for the first time. There's a Bubba Gump's there. Golf. We're going to Pleasure Pier tonight. We're going to eat at Bubba Gump's. This is my mom. Hi. Sharon. So we ate at Bubba Gump's, which was surprisingly good and a lot of fun. We went on to Pleasure Pier. We didn't ride anything, but we just kind of watched people, and
took in the atmosphere.
Yeah, it was really neat to walk around and I don't know, see people. And we took a really good picture of the two of us. And then I took Mom up to Houston. Her bestie lives in Houston, and they're planning a trip together to Paris or something like that. And so they spent a couple days together before she went back home. So, closing thoughts on our month in Galveston. I have been pleasantly surprised. You know, when Scott and I sat down years ago, when retirement was so far on the horizon, I thought we were going to hop around the country for as long as we wanted to and do Airbnb here and there. And the only thing that we agreed was that we were going to skip Texas.
No Texas.
We were going to go up Texas, up and around and down to stay out of Texas. And I don't know if it's media coverage or...
A lot of it was in the news at the time between... With COVID forward, it's been a lot in the news, and I was like, we didn't want to deal with it. We just wanted to enjoy, our time.
Right. But when we found the Airbnb here and the price of the Airbnb here, we came down. We thought Galveston is the birthplace actually of Juneteenth, and we didn't know that. Actually, Juneteenth has been a holiday in the state of Texas since the 80s. So we've learned a lot of surprising things about Texas. The people here are generous, and they are kind, and they are friendly, and they are altruistic, and they are everything that you want to have in a neighbor. They love their state.
They do. It is all about God bless America and Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere.
I actually saw a bumper sticker the other day that said, "I wish Americans loved America as much as Texans love Texas." And there's something to be said for that. But we have loved being here. Our landlords here at the Airbnb are wonderful people. All of the neighbors that we've met and the people that we've talked to, everywhere that we've been, are people that I would be happy to call a friend. So that has been a positive byproduct. And the tan. That has been a positive byproduct of being in Galveston. So on Wednesday morning, we pack up and we head up to Colorado Springs. It's a long drive. Yeah, we're going to be stopping overnight in Amarillo, Texas, which is actually a highlight city on Route 66. So we're really excited to see what we can see in Amarillo when we spend the night there. And then when we get up into the Rocky Mountains, my husband will be able to breathe easier.
Finally.
Because we will be in a land of lower temperatures and significantly lower humidity.
A lot less humidity.
Yeah. So we are really, really looking forward to that. Looking forward to sharing more of what we're doing with y'all, and I hope that you will leave us a comment down below. Make sure you click to subscribe and all of that kind of stuff. I'm playing the YouTube game. And my kids at home, I hope that your school year has started off wonderfully, and I hope that your postcards are getting to you, and I hope that you will reach out and let me know how you're doing. And we look forward to taking you along with us on the rest of our journeys. Bye for now.
Bye.